Good morning, ma. Welcome to all for online education for the commerce theory second year's English medium, and the chapter that we are dealing with the stock exchange. So what is a stock exchange? We have done the introduction of the stock exchange, about the evaluation of the stock exchange and the definitions of the stock exchange in the part 1. And the part 2, we are going to study about the significance of the stock exchange. Significance means the importance of the stock exchange, how it is important to the investor, how it is important to the company, and how it is important for the society. Those things we are going to study in this part 2. So, what is the stock exchange means? It is a place, it is a market, or it is a place. Stock exchange or stock market, it is a place where the securities can be buy, can be sold, or dealings or contracts can be made regarding the securities. Yes, those place is known as stock exchange. It is a secondary market. Stock market is a secondary market. We have already discussed about the stock exchange in the part 1. So today we are going to discuss about the significance, means the importance of the stock exchange. First we are going to discuss about the investors, how it will be important to the investor. Let us see how it will be important to the investor. So first, every investor knows the worth of his holding at any time. There are number of investors in the stock exchange, not one investor or two investors. Yes, the number of investors are there, number of listed securities. Yes, listed securities. What is the meaning of listed securities? Securities which are listed, okay, which are registered on the stock market or on the stock exchange. Those securities are known as listed securities. So there are number of holders. Every holder want to know. Yes, holder and evaru, who is holding those securities? I am holding this stock, means I am the holder of this stock, right? So who is holding the security? He will become the holder of that security. He can get the information regarding his holdings from time to time. Okay, the stock market, the stock exchange provide each and every information to the investor. It protects the investor. Simply we can say that it protects the investor. It updates the information to the investor as much as necessary, but from time to time. Next, reduce the risk of the investor. So, the stock market will reduce the risk of the investor. How, madam? How it will reducing the risk of the investor means? It reduces the risk of the investor by maintaining some of the commission brokers, jobbers, and some of the underwriters, by maintaining these type of intermediaries, means mediators. Okay, mediators. So by the introduction of these mediators, the investors who don't have any knowledge, regarding the investment can also reach to the stock market. They can also participate in the stock market with the help of these middlemen, right? So it reduces the risk of the investor by providing continuous information market with correct evaluation of securities, with correct evaluation. Evaluating, it will evaluate ante entidi display, expose chestundi. Em expose chestundi? That the correct information of the securities, whether the securities which you are holding, it is profitable securities or non-profitable securities, whether that company is maintaining good profits or it is going under the losses, or it is coming to wind up ante మొత్తానికే కంపెనీ క్లోజ్ అయిపోయే పరిస్థితుల్లో ఉందా. సో ఇట్ ప్రొవైడ్స్ అ కంప్లీట్ క్లీన్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వితౌట్ మెయింటైనింగ్ ఎనీ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ సీక్రెసీ. Secrecy means secret. So it does not maintain any kind of secret. It maintain everything will be fair and clear to the investor. Next, helps the investor in finding an opportunity. It helps the investor. It is helping the investor to find the opportunity to invest. It providing opportunity regarding what? it providing opportunity regarding the investment. Okay, if there is an investor is there, he having the surplus fund. Surplus ante ekwa ఉన్నదానికన్నా ఎక్కువ ఉంటే అమౌంట్ ని సర్ప్లస్ ఫండ్ అంటాం. ఎస్, ఉన్నదానికన్నా ఎక్కువ. మామూలుగా 25,000 ఉండాలనుకోండి, 30,000 ఉంది అంటే 5,000 అనేది సర్ప్లస్ ఎక్సెస్. ఓకే, జనరల్లీ 25,000 ఉండాలి, 20,000 ఉంది డెఫిసిట్. ఓకే, సో సర్ప్లస్ ఫండ్, the investors who having the surplus fund, for them the stock market, the stock exchange will provide an opportunity. It provide an opportunity and it will welcome those investors to invest in the companies, in the reputed companies. Okay, which companies have good reputation, goodwill. Okay, reputation of the company means goodwill. So which company have this goodwill or good reputation in the market, in those companies there can be invested. So the stock exchange help those investors. Okay, next, investors can change their investments to different companies. For example, there is one investor, he is investing in a X company. X is a company, but unfortunately this company is going under the losses. Then the investor can jump from X company to some ABC company. Okay, he can jump to some other company where there is profits. Okay, if this company is going under the losses, then the investor has the opportunity in the stock exchange that he can jump to some other company which is under the profit. Just like example ABC company, it is most reputed and most reputation and along with the goodwill in the society, and its profit is very more. So at the time it can jump from these to these. That kind of facility is providing by the stock exchange to its investors according to their gainings. Yes, investors can change their investments to different companies, not only single company. If you are purchasing the shares, if you are purchasing the securities of one particular company, for example X company securities మీరు కొన్నారు. ఓకే, X కంపెనీకి సంబంధించిన సెక్యూరిటీస్ మీరు కొన్నారు. అలా X కంపెనీకి సంబంధించిన సెక్యూరిటీస్ కొంటే ఆ X కంపెనీ ఇన్ కేస్ లాస్లోకి వెళ్తుందనుకోండి, అప్పుడు కూడా మీరు ఆ సెక్యూరిటీస్ని హోల్డ్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. యూ కెన్ సోల్ దోస్ సెక్యూరిటీస్ టు అదర్స్. మీరు ఆ సెక్యూరిటీస్ని వేరే వాళ్ళకి అమ్మేసి you can purchase other company securities. You have that option in the stock exchange. Okay, continuously available for the conversion of securities, thereby providing liquidity to the securities. So continuously available for conversion of securities. If a buyer is there, he want to sell his securities. If a seller is there, he want to sell his securities. ఒక సెల్లర్ ఉన్నాడు, అతని సెక్యూరిటీస్ అమ్మాలనుకుంటున్నారు. నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ బయర్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ ఇన్ ద స్టాక్ మార్కెట్. నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ బయర్స్, there is no scarcity of buyers. Number of buyers is there, anyone can purchase. So conversion of securities is convenient along with the liquidity to the securities. Liquidity means the security can be easily converted into cash. Cash means liquid. Okay, liquid cash, it can be easily converted into liquid cash. If you want to hold those securities, you can hold it. If you are not interested to hold those company securities, then you can find one buyer of the security and you can sold that to that buyer and you can make those securities as liquid. Liquid ante cash nana, liquid cash antam. Cash in hand అని వస్తుంది కదా అకౌంట్స్లో. సో లిక్విడిటీ మీన్స్ క్యాష్ రూపంలో కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు ఈజీగా. మనకు ఎవరైనా మనం సెల్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాం, మనకు ఎవరైనా సెల్లర్ దొరికిండ్రు అనుకోండి, బయర్ దొరికిండు అనుకోండి, ఇమీడియట్గా మనం ఆ షేర్స్ అనేవి వాళ్ళకి అమ్మేయచ్చు. మనం సేల్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాం, చాలామంది బయర్స్ ఉంటారు, ఎవరో ఒకరు దొరుకుతారు, తీసేసుకుంటారు. కాబట్టి there is very liquidity to the securities. Safeguard the interest of the investors. It will safeguard, it provide the protection టు ద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇన్వెస్టర్స్. ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ రిటర్న్స్. రిటర్న్స్ కాదు, ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అంటే రిటర్న్స్ కాదు ఇక్కడ. ఇంట్రెస్ట్ మీన్స్ వాట్ వి సే, ఇంట్రెస్ట్ మీన్స్ హీజ్ ఎలా చెప్పాలి, ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అంటే సేఫ్ గార్డ్ ద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇన్వెస్టర్. ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అంటే మీరు రిటర్న్స్ అనుకుంటారు, ఆ రిటర్న్స్ గురించి కాదు. The stock exchange will protect the investors' interest, means the investors who are ready to invest. Okay, the investors, it provide the opportunity to those investors who having the surplus fund. It will encourage, okay, it will encourage those investors. Okay, it encourage those investors by protecting them. Okay, by protecting them by introducing, by enforcement means introducing rules and regulations. By enforcement of rules and regulations ante by introducing certain rules and regulations in the stock market, it encouraging the investors and it protecting the investors interest. Okay, I am interested in music, I am interested in playing antar kada. So ade vidhanga who are interested in investment, those investors interest is protected by the stock market. Okay, next, the holder of the security can use them as collateral securities. What is the meaning of these collateral securities? Collateral securities means assets that can be accepted by the lender. Okay, collateral security ante if you want to get some type of money in the form of loan, meeku okavela loan kavalanunte, the securities which you are holding, meer ఏ securities ni hold చేస్తున్నారో ఆ సెక్యూరిటీస్ని మీరు లెండర్ అంటే ఎవరు మీకు మనీ ఇవ్వబోతున్నారో, లోన్ ఇవ్వబోతున్నారో వాళ్ళకి ఇస్తే వాళ్ళు యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తారు. అలాంటి సెక్యూరిటీస్ని కోలెటరల్ సెక్యూరిటీస్ అంటారు. మీన్స్ సింప్లీ వీ కెన్ సే దాట్, ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్పాలంటే ద సెక్యూరిటీస్ విచ్ ఈజ్ యాక్సెప్టెడ్ బై ద లెండర్ ఇన్ ఆర్డర్ టు ప్రొవైడ్ లోన్ టు ద పర్టిక్యులర్ హోల్డర్ ఆఫ్ దోస్ సెక్యూరిటీ. ఓకే, see, the holder of the security who is holding those security can use them as collateral securities. Ante you can raise the loan, you can raise the loan you can raise the loan from the lenders. Okay, you can raise the loan from the lenders for what purpose they are saying? For procuring the loans, for procuring the loans. In order to get the loans, you can raise the loans by the collateral securities. Next, investors not only earn good returns, investors not only earn good returns, but they know the securities price from time to time, and these promote savings, investing and risk taking among them. So the investors are not only getting the good profits or good returns, but also they getting the complete information from time to time what is going on in the stock market, what is the situation of our shares in the stock market, whether our shares are in the position of profit or whether in they are in the position of loss, what are the condition of our shares, and it will help those investors to promote the savings, to invest more and more, and investing and risk taking among them. If there is a risk, one thing you have to keep in mind in the stock exchange, if the risk is more, then the returns will be more. Risk ఎక్కువ తీసుకుంటే రిటర్న్స్ అనేవి ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి, తక్కువ రిస్క్ తీసుకుంటే రిటర్న్స్ కూడా తక్కువగానే ఉంటాయి, రైట్? So those things are involved in the stock market. Later, investors able to know the activities of the companies and its credit worthiness. So every activity whatever is going on in the company, that is completely displayed to the investor from time to time, whether regarding the credit worthiness or regarding any kind of debt or any kind of other things which are related with the company. They can know each and everything from time to time, and those information is providing by the stock market. Okay. Provides information about the company legality and solvent as going concern to decide whether to invest on company securities or not. So here the new word for you is the solvent. Legality means legally. Here solvent means what's the condition of the assets and liabilities. Okay, what's the condition of particular company assets and liabilities. If the assets are more, then the company is under the profit. If the liabilities are more, then the company is in danger situation. It is in under the losses, right? Having so solvent means what? Assets are in excess than the liabilities. Solvent means the meaning that having assets in excess of liabilities, that is the solvent, as going concern to decide whether to invest on company securities or not, whether to invest on those particular company or not. You will be decide by knowing the information about that particular company. Solvent ante enti ante assets, having assets in excess. అసెట్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి లయబిలిటీస్ కన్నా, ఆస్తులు ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి అప్పుల కన్నా అన్నట్టు సాల్వెంట్ అంటే. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ ప్రాఫిట్. ఓకే, ద కంపెనీ ఈస్ రన్నింగ్ ద ప్రాఫిట్, యూ కెన్ ఇన్వెస్ట్ ఇన్ దోస్ కంపెనీ. ఇట్ మీన్స్ డ్యూరింగ్ ద ట్రేడింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద సెక్యూరిటీస్, the stock exchange treat all the applicants of the shares with fairness. So who are the applicants, who are the participants, who are the investors? For them, the stock exchange will treat each and everyone in the same way. There is no special treatment for anyone. Each and everyone who is the member of the stock exchange and who is purchasing the listed securities of the stock exchange. Okay, listed securities of the stock exchange, they have the complete right on the stock exchange. They can get each and every information regarding the stock market. Let us now know about the company, how the stock exchange will be helpful for the company. Yes, the significance. Now we are going to discuss about to the company. What are the significance of the stock exchange towards the company? We are going to discuss now. So, what are the significance? Let us see the importance of the stock market for the companies. Companies enjoy high rate of goodwill. Yes, the companies will enjoy the high rate of goodwill because their securities are securely listed on the stock exchange according to the guidelines, according to the rules, regulations of the stock exchange. So that's why these companies has the high rate of the goodwill. Goodwill means good name, reputation in the society, right? And creditability, because the stock exchange draws the attention of the investors. Not only the goodwill, they also have the creditability, means a huge sum of capital. Those companies can get a huge sum of capital from the number of investors who are purchasing or who are holding the listed securities of those particular company. So what is here? Because the stock exchange draws the attention of the investors of the country at a large huge sum of capital available for the company, because the stock market drawing the attention of the investors. Okay, by that there is the economical development of the country, national development of the country, and also the companies can raise a huge sum of capital from the stock market. This is also a type of profit for the government and also for the companies. So it is very important for the companies to raise a huge amount of capital, large sum of capital by issuing the securities which are listed securities. So it is very good reputation. It brings good reputation and creditability for those companies. Next, as listed companies furnish the financial statements. Yes, the balance sheet. Yes, what is the balance sheet having? Trading account and profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Those are the financial statements, means the final statements of the company. So, that are furnished. Furnishes means those are displayed, those are shown to the investors, for the faith, okay, for the faith ante nammakam kosam, and provide itself to sound company. It will show in the market, in the stock market, it will show itself. అది తనంత తనే చూపించుకుంటుంది ఏమని, ఐఎమ్ ద సౌండ్ కంపెనీ బికాస్ సి మై లయబిలిటీస్ ఆర్ less and my assets are more. So I am very sound company and I have the good reputation, that is goodwill in the society. So that's why these companies will display their financial statements. They display their financial statements, right? Next, stock exchange promotes the primary market. Okay, stock exchange not only promoting the secondary market, that is capital market, but it also promoting the primary market. In the primary market, we already know we will issue the new shares. Yes, the new company enjoy the mobilization of capital. Mobilization means gathering of capital, okay, from the investors. From where they are gathering those capital? The new companies which are newly joined the stock market, those companies can also mobilize the capital from the investors, okay, from the investors with the help of the stock exchange. Yes, they have the assurance of continuous marketing for securities. Whatever the new company issue the primary market securities, means new securities whatever they are issuing by the new companies, there will be sent to the secondary market, and their buying, selling and dealing of the securities takes place. It is a continuous process. It is a continuous market. It is not one day, 2 day market. It is a continuous market. It can create a favorable impression. Yes, favorable impression in the minds of the prospective investors. The company can gain a type of favorable impression, means good impression in the minds of the investors. It can have a maximum fund for expansion. Now the company as selling its securities on the stock exchange, it can have a huge amount of capital that is required for the expansion and modernization through the right issue. So what is the meaning of right issue? Means the company, what the company will do means, it will issue, the company will issue the securities, it will issue the securities, okay, it will issue the securities to the existing shareholders who are already the shareholders, who are already holding the shares. Right issue ante entante already who are holding the shares of that company, ఆ కంపెనీకి సంబంధించిన షేర్స్ ని వాళ్ళు ఆల్రెడీ హోల్డ్ చేస్తున్నారు, మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళకే మళ్ళీ ఇష్యూ చేస్తుంది, దట్ ఈస్ రైట్ ఇష్యూ. సో ద కంపెనీ హ్యాస్ ఎ ఆప్షన్ of gathering capital from the prospective investors, means new investors, or it can gather the fund from the right issue, means issuing the securities to the existing shareholders. Who are the existing shareholders? For them again it is issuing the new securities, that is known as right issue. After that, it enjoys higher price for its securities. It will enjoy the higher price for securities, means as the stock exchange or stock market will fluctuate, okay, sometimes the shares value will be high of one particular company, sometime it will become to low. Yes, bull bear effect is there, which we will discuss in the upcoming sessions. Yes, so there will enjoy certain type of benefits. Next, it will have wider market for its securities. Yes, stock market is not a small market. Yes, we know that it is a market which is a very big market. So there is a continuous buying, selling, dealings of the securities. So it is a very vast market, very big, huge market. Next, let us focus on the society, the importance of the stock market towards the society. Simply we can say 3-4 words. First one is that as the company is getting more capital, they can develop their company, they can expand their company. Yes, they can bring new technology in their company. With that, employment will be increased. With the employment, the economy will be increased. With the economical development, the nation will be increased. So in this way, the total society is affected with the stock market. That is only on the board. Let us see what is this. By pooling up all the investment, pooling means what? By gathering all the investment, it contributes to the economical development of the nation. When we are gathering the total investors investment, okay, when we are gathering or when we are pooling the total investors investment in one place, that will help for the economical development of the country. With that, economical development of the country or the nation will be takes place, right? Next, it provides the opportunity to utilize the scarce financial resources to its maximum. The financial resources which are very limited, but whatever the resources, financial resources are available with the help of the stock market, by the sale or purchase or deal of the securities, those can be utilized optimum, maximum. Those securities means the financial resources of those securities can be utilized in a maximum manner. Means maximum ga danni use cheyadaniki veeluntundi. Yes. Next, a good company keep up its status by trading its securities in the stock market. Yes, the company which has a good name, good reputation and good result of the financial statement, they will show each and everything fairly clearly in the stock market. By that they can get good reputation, goodwill, and also number of investors also they can hire because of these type of sound information. Yes. Next, it develops saving habits among the public. Yes, number of investors started the habit of saving. They are ready to save their money in the stock exchange, which will bring huge profit for them, in the future. The stock market is a risky market, but its returns are also very attractive returns. Yes, savings are turned into capital for the growth of the industries. When all the savings, the pooling of all investments, that will help the companies to increase or expand their company, or in order to modernize the existing company, and also growth of the industry. Industry means the place of production, the place where the production of goods and services takes place, that is known as the industry, right? Yes. Government to establish successful companies for the progress of the nation. The government should also have to take the necessary steps, because the government is also concentrating on the stock exchange by issuing some of the securities. Government also issues some of the securities, right? That are government securities in order to meet the infrastructure requirements or in order to meet the financial needs. Okay, government ki unna infrastructure development means roads, roads and railway system, or any kind of drainage system, water irrigation system, like this type of development. For this type of development also government will require certain fund. So government will also issue certain types of securities in the stock market. So the government is also involving, and it also helpful for the companies to do more progress. If the companies will successful, ultimately the nation will be successful. There is interconnection between the government and the companies, which will generate employment, and the employment will develop the standard of living, and is the standard of living developed, the economical condition of the people develop, ultimately the nation will be developed. So this is about the importance of the stock market in the point of view of company, in the point of view of investor, and in the point of view of society. Okay? Okay, right.